Mm, we're here. Franklin, let's go. I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't care. Let's go next. All right, I'm done. Go. Let's go. They thought it was sweet. We came out, we punched him in the mouth. Mm, mm. My bad. I'm done. What the hell am I doing here? I'm sweating, y'all. Knicks got me fired up. Let's freaking go. You ready, Snowvogel? How do I take this? There we go. I said I don't need this. Oh, Fishing Maniacs, how are we doing? I'm having a great night. Cardiac Knicks. This is not good for my health, but for my fanship, it's great. Started off game one. Wow, it almost bounced in. That would have been a great shot. I don't even know what to say or what to do with myself right now. I'm literally schwitzing. Thanks for waiting for me, y'all. How's everybody doing? Never that. Yeah, he missed two gimmies, though. I'll give you that. He missed two. Can't do that. Can't do that. But let me get. I'll pick it up from where I got on. Yeah. Now keep him out. What's up, Mike? There we go. My boy Alex. Alex, I'm gonna let him know about the good news. Just give me the or Rich, give me the thumbs up on that. I'm gonna let him know. What up, Tweez? My boy. Hope you was watching that game. Another Cardiac Knicks. That's what I mean. Look, that's the name. That's the name. Cardiac Knicks. They're gonna put us through it. You know, ups and downs in that game. Jesus. Screaming the Lord, I was going through it. Yes, sir. Rich in the building. Ooh, there you go. I might go Saturday with Nico, depending on what the lady's doing. Let's see. Did I get Michael Bradley's in the house? Yep. Scott, Diggs. There we go. Yo, Alex, holla at me. We're going to there's the work group chat going crazy too. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Everyone's going crazy. It's a great time to be in New York. And punch them in the mouth. In their house. He is. 110%. Jalen Brunson is the best small guard in the game. He is. Damn, I wish I was at a Knicks bar right now. Oh my God. All right. Woo! I gotta turn my phone off. It's gonna be like nonstop for the rest of the night. This is great. Great. Ugh. Yep. Honestly, I don't like watching their brand of basketball either. They missed. You ready for this? They missed 45 threes tonight. That's not how many they took. They missed 45 threes tonight. So that's going to be our problem all series. And that's been everyone's problem playing them all series, is because when they take that many threes, if they hit at 40 to 50% for the night, no one's going to be able to really beat them. But tonight, we didn't let them hit, played some decent defense, and that's it. Knicks up 1-0. Knicks in 6. Yeah, it's been stormy around here too. There you go. How's the leg doing, Sean? You doing all right? You moving yet? Because I know I was slow. Okay, you'll be there. Okay, so look, I'm gonna do everything I can to try to get up there then if the boys are going. I think I'll be all right. Viv, what's up? How we doing? Oh, sorry about your loss, Carol. But be good. Thanks for checking in with us. Gina's in the building. See? There it is. We got him working hard. Where's Nico when you need him? We got him working, y'all. Yeah. He said no one's getting no love. All right. We don't need it now, Rich. His waters is warm. I was out catching them from the banks. That's what we're going to get into here in a second. Some bank beating. I'm still all right. Take it easy, dude. The number one thing that I had to put in my head when I was hurt was if I slip or go down bad or something, you're going back to surgery and you got to start over. So I know it's a terrible thing to put in your head right now, and I'm sorry, but going through something similar to what you went through, you don't want to start over. No, I'm rich. I'm never putting it away. I don't care. I'll tell you, I bought and I'm gonna buy more shallow running jerk baits so that I could use them more because I got a plan. I'm literally gonna take some of what you do and I'm gonna adapt it to what I like to do, and I think that it's gonna be very successful. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Finally got on a moving bait bite. Jerk bait season is never over. Never over. But you could do you, my boy. It's never over. But yeah, I was finally able to get on a moving bait bite. Interesting too, because I was watching was it Bailey? I think I was watching Bailey's podcast. And sometimes I know what I'm talking about, man. This professional, I forgot whether it was Bass or I think it was Bass or MLF, whatever. They're asking about chatterbait colors, and he's like, "Yeah, that smallmouth magic color is everything." I'm like, "Dang, bro, I literally just went out tied on right here. Smallmouth magic. It's got the green blade with the blue. Oh, the camera's doing me justice. Thank you." But with the 3.25, actually, this slung shot is actually I take this off. This one's literally destroyed. Yeah, yeah. I just put it back on for a trip, but it's not even like talk about getting chewed. But yeah, literally destroyed this thing. Crazy. And the number one way that I know that I mean, at least this lake, it's a pretty shallow lake, so like I know it warms up. But the number one, they were like on beds. That video is probably I'm editing it now. I'm gonna try to get it out for Saturday. I should be able to do that. I got a whole week. But I was literally reeling this thing as fast as I could. Like literally as fast as I could. And I stopped it. I wasn't stopping it, but I was like slowing it, and then I would just slow it down to like a and like literally as soon as I slowed it down, boom, call like a 19 or a 20. And I was like, dang, I left my board at home, so I couldn't even get my catch 22 fish up, but it's all right. It's okay. And then also, I was thinking about getting into like the May Mayhem and all that good stuff. Um, but I don't have my kayak readily available right now. I got some things going on. I got to fix my seat, number one, too. I still haven't done that, even though I got the pieces for it. I actually don't know what I did with them. I got to find them on Bozo. But, the hell where was I going with that? Yeah, had a good day out. Went to one of my old good spots, and I was started off throwing around a weightless. I was listening to Tweezy. I said, all right, Jermaine. I think I got that right here too. I don't know. I'm not really like it does the same shimmy, so I'm okay with it. I like washed it in the water, but I was throwing around the 5-inch Senko. No weight. It shimmies down the same way. It does that same shimmy even when you rig it this way. So I was just throwing it weightless. You could still cast this thing pretty well. This is that perch color. It's got like the green pumpkin, green flake, black flake, and then it's got like that orange belly. And they were smoking this too. But yeah, where I went, the fish were literally like right, right, right off the bank. Like I was watching 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s. Like I could have jumped in the water and probably landed on them. You'll see when I'm literally pitching right in front of me. You're gonna see me blasting fish. So good day. I went out. I think the footage is like 2 hours and 45 minutes, and then there's a good amount of walking. I walked the whole side of the lake, so probably fished for I want to say what 2 hours straight. A little walking in between, but yeah, probably a little over 2 hours. But yeah, it was definitely definitely a good day. All right, Rich, be good. Go get your scouting in. Yeah, I know. I got some plans. Yeah. Yep. One false move. Yeah. That's it, dude. So I remember it's crazy too because I had my GoPro on and you could hear it, but I definitely edited that part out. When I went out fishing, so like my biggest thing with my knee was I couldn't bend because I tore my patellar tendon. So that is the whole is it does all of this for your knee. Like it lets you lift and pull and all that good stuff. So I couldn't do none of that. So my knee was locked straight for I think like 2 months, something like that. But one of the first times I went out fishing, I remember I was walking. I had like this little like hobble because I couldn't bend my legs, so I would like walk and pull my leg and lift it. And I went to pull it, and I didn't lift it enough, and I didn't see a tree stump, and I kicked the tree stump. I thought I needed to go back to the OR. It hurt. Like I almost like I. It was so crazy. You know how you hurt yourself so bad that you want to like kneel and just like ball up and just be like, and I wanted to do that and I just couldn't because my knee was in a brace. And then my other leg went to like kneel, and I was just like, oh my god, you have to stand up straight, and that just hurts so bad. Oh, and I would literally like my body like tweaked out for a second. I was like, oh my god. I thought it was over. And then like I stood still for like 5 minutes. Like, I remember rubbing it. Like I was like I stuck my fingers in my brace to see if I freaking retore it. I was like I was like freaking out. But yeah, it's never over. Definitely more things. I would say more things become available as the water warms up, but to me, yeah. So I never threw it, dude. It's like a no, but I never threw it, and I actually had a lot of fun throwing it. Um, it's eye opening, and it's just and I know this sounds crazy because it's just fishing a senko, but like there's some things that I'm like, ooh, like especially the way I was with the EWG hook, and like I'm not bragging or nothing, but this is like when it's really nice to be real good with a bait caster because I can bomb that thing on a bait caster with no problem. And you just got to know, you just got to have good thumb control. So like I said, if you've been watching me for a while, I've been fishing a bait caster since I was 8 years old. But that's what my dad always used, and that's what I wanted to do because I wanted to be like my dad. So since 8 years old, I've been fishing a bait caster. So I can literally throw like weightless lures like that. And it was just like, I was like, dang, I can just turn my cast control down. I can pretty much bomb that thing to like wherever I need to. I just got to be mindful and thumbing it down. I was flipping and pitching. I was like real comfortable with it real quick. But definitely some things that like I could see myself be going, oh, okay. Especially with some like Maxent worms and stuff like that. That's one thing I'm interested to see is I want to see the shimmy on a Maxent worm versus the Senko. So, because I really enjoyed that shimmy on it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, mm, all right, I get it. As soon as I saw it, yeah, this week is nasty, Gina. It's rain. I think almost it's gonna rain at some point every day this week. Is that when I went? Yeah, so Saturday, no, Saturday I was in it. Yeah, Saturday I was in it. I got rained on. There was thunder. I was a little nervous. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'll see if I can't get that in the video. But yeah, there was some thunder. I definitely got rained on. Like it was literally like raining good at one point, and I was like, dang. But then it paid off going out on some prefrontal conditions. So I went Saturday. Yeah, I went Saturday, like right before a storm. There were some storms blowing in. But yeah, bank fishing. It's so weird. Like I went bank fishing, and like sometimes I feel like I'm better at bank fishing than I am fishing from a kayak, which makes absolutely no sense. But I don't know. I feel like, and it's like I'm trying to like think of like what am I doing differently, and the only thing that I can really see myself doing differently is paralleling the bank better. Instead of casting diagonally at the bank, I'm literally like I make a lot of casts sideways when I'm fishing. Like I do a lot of roll casting, like under the tree limbs, because I can't when I'm I don't know the spots that I bank fish for the most part. There's not like for the most part I can't just be like overhead casting perfectly every single time. So it's a lot of roll casting and trying to get up under some trees, or I'm trying to pitch into some crap. But there's like one stretch of bank that's pretty clean, but either for the most part there's like stuff around. So I think that's the only big difference that I do that I kind of maybe I need to be more mindful of when I'm actually in my kayak is maybe go position myself, especially this time of year, literally up on the bank and fish down it. I just kind of taught myself something there. Yeah, there was a definitely a good definitely a good weather swing there, temp swing. Yeah, I hear that. The weather definitely needs to calm down. I saw them on beds, dude. They're on beds. I went to a lake on Saturday and they were on it, on it, on it. So locked on. Like I casted to it, males there, females there. They were on it. Smaller lake, but the bigger lakes, they should be coming soon, maybe another week or so. Yeah, we had something like that the other day. It was like weird. I think it went from like I think it was the same thing like 70 to 30. It was like the last day that it got cold, cold for real. It's kind of nuts. But I think it's kind of stabilized. Like I don't think we're gonna see like 40s anymore. Like it's barely I think like the night temps is getting down to 50s, but we're pretty good. Oh man, Knicks fan TV just went live too. My boss just said, I heard you screaming from Westwood. Said, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, God. My bad. Texting my cousin. Corey said he's working too. Shout out to my boy Corey on the rewatch. Yeah, the wins this year has been disrespectful. I don't even understand it. What up, Tim? My boy. Better at bank fishing restaurant. Casting from a kayak is definitely, yeah, it is. There's definitely some nuances. And I'll tell you right now, your boys jump straight up into your chin the first time you overhead cast with a crate behind you and hook one of your rods, and both rods go, or you have like one or two rods go in the water behind you. I remember the first time I did that, just not thinking, I just went, "Doop," and I just heard, "Cling," and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Doop, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And now I'm like reaching back, trying to get two rods from going in the water. Luckily for me, the line got tangled up and held them out the lake. I was like, I almost broke a guide. It was, but yeah, it could be definitely difficult casting, learning to cast. And setting the hook in a kayak is completely different. Completely different. Like when I'm on shore, I can literally do the boat step. Like you can step back and like wait and like plant your feet. You can twist your body. Like you can literally like my feet are on solid ground. I can literally just torque hard, like any direction. When you're on your kayak, you kind of gotta like be a little mindful, you know? That's how freaking Kyle fell out of his kayak last week. Guy's going to light a cigarette and the fish takes his line and he just kept going. He was fine, but yeah, it is probably time for some big glides. Casting standing up in general. So you don't instead of sitting, I can hit angles better standing. Oh, standing. Yeah, 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 yeah. 110%. Yeah. It's easier casting standing. 110%. I agree with that. But what else? It was kind of I think it was like a three bait day. I've been working this Karashi. I think I'm gonna go to lighter line because I'm not liking the I feel like it's not walking like it should. I don't know. I need to watch like another video on it. Cause I'm pretty decent with a jerk bait. I'm leaving slack in the line, and there's like certain times where I get like three pops where it goes perfect, but then it's like I feel like it's like darting forward and then turning around. I don't know if anyone else has fished a Karashi, but it like kind of like ding ding, and then like and like I don't know if that's good. I'm like I've never like I caught one fish on it, but the way Tactical Bassin describes it, I feel like I should be catching more. But yeah, and then look, that's another thing too. Oh, for I'll get right to that, Mike. Though, but it's always, if I'm not mistaken, I think so. When did I go fishing with Pat and Little Tommy? Because that video's up. That trip, that a video I just posted, Pat caught a fish on top water. Like we all caught. We weren't catching them for like Lake X, but we all caught. I think everyone caught over a 17, 18. Everyone caught a seven, yeah. Because mine was like an 18 and 18.75. Tommy hooked one that was probably a little bit bigger. And then I know Pat caught a couple good ones too. So, but yeah, so I feel like that's like whenever you're, so I think the new real rule of thumb and what I'm going to start doing is whenever I'm like, is it too early? Throw it and find out. Don't just not bring it. Throw it and find out. Question for the kayak fishers. What is the closest distance you feel comfortable attacking a spot before you worry about the kayak is noticed by the bass? I think the first thing that I will say on that is if the sun is at your back or if the sun is in front of you. If the sun's at your back, it's wherever your shadow hits them. Bass hate shadows. I think we all know that. That's so weird, Mike, because I can say I've been able to like if I'm not paddling and my shadow's not on them, I've literally almost caught a fish I was on top of. Like I've literally like, oh, the wind's taking me down here. Ooh, got him. So like, and I'm like from here to like my TV, which is like 7, 8 feet. It's like not far, you know. So, but those are some experiences I had, you know. But that was once again that was like an early spring where I was like wondering. That was last year. That was actually last year. Remember when you called when you sent me where that storm was coming from? Yeah, you sent me the weather, and you were like, "Oh, there's a storm blowing over you," and then it literally rained crazy hard for like 40 minutes, for like 30, 40 minutes, and then it stopped. And I was like, "Well, I just drove an hour away from my house, so I'm gonna go fishing." And it actually turned out to be an amazing day. But um, yeah. So I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like I guess it depends on the season, you know, because like I feel like like in the summertime, I feel like if you kind of get over them, they're gone. But yeah, send it if there's no more light. 110%, dude. That's all I did was I just waited for the lightning to go away, the lightning and thunder, and then once I waited, I let the lightning and thunder go away, and then I waited 20 minutes, and I was like, all right, let me get it like not trying to get no bolt right out of the blue and be that one lucky guy. I was like, let me let it get moving a little bit, and then we'll go from there. What's up, Ralph? My boy. Can't wait till you get back to the East Coast, my boy. I think we're under 90 days now, right, bro? Ralph's coming back, y'all. So I think Ralph, we might have to get Ralph in on a Susky meetup. That's what I've been talking to a couple people about it. 95 days. Okay, Ralph will be back in 95 days. My man. Definitely gonna get up with him. But we've been talking about that with a couple people. I think, and once again, you guys tell me if I'm wrong here. My opinion, I think that the Susquehanna is a sweet spot in the terms of it gives you a reason to go because like I don't want to like at the end of the day, like I think that I have good lakes here in New Jersey, but like I don't want anyone to come here and be like, oh, I didn't catch anything. Oh, it was rough. So I just feel like the Susquehanna is like you're gonna catch something. A lot of people haven't caught smallmouth or have been in a spot to catch good smallmouth. So I feel like that would be good. And then also it's like it's down a little bit. It's 3 hours like southwest of me. So it's kind of like saves people from coming all the way up north. Ooh. Yeah. So it saves you from coming all the way up north and having to drive all the way up. So yeah, see, and that's like another thing too, Ralph. It's like I know a lot of people want they want to fish the Susky too. Oh, there you go, mid-August. That's not bad at all. Next thing you know, it's going to be mid-August. So Tim, you might need to go. You need a big boy kayak, I think. Like you need to go get like an XTR or something, because then it's going to feel like you're casting from a boating deck, standing in that barge. It's crazy. I watched like Austin Hoover. Like I know he's like wouldn't call him a small dude, but he's like slim. This guy is like all over his kayak. He's like knees in his seat, turned backwards, reaching back to get something. I'm like, God dang. Then there was like some, I don't even know. He's just all over that kayak. And I'm like, yo, that thing looks so stable. My big 250-pound butt would be, I stand up and wobble funny. And I'm like, oh, yep, sit down. Too windy for all that. Yeah. I always try to keep the distance. That's always the best plan. But like I said, there has been times where I've caught fish that I could see like, one kayak distance away. So, but for the most part, always them not knowing you're there. But that's one thing that I truly feel is like a huge, huge, huge advantage over boats. Is like if there's a bass that's 6 feet from your boat, you're not like I'm unless it's on a bed. You're not catching that. And even if it is on a bed, you might have alerted it and bugged it too much that you might not catch it. So like kayaks are just way less noise in the water. Like, and like, so, and I know I've said this before too. Like, the way I like to think about it is like in your house, if somebody walks upstairs or if you don't have an upstairs in the other room or something like that, you kind of hear them and like if you're sitting on your couch in the morning and like my girlfriend rolls over in the bed and gets out and starts to walk to the bathroom, I go, oh, Tara's up. And she's what, 10, 15 feet away from me? I'd like to think in my head, and I think that like people need to like stop making bass so stupid. When if you're in the water and a big ass boat or a kayak is moving in the water and you're 20 feet, even 20 yards away from them, you don't think that they can like hear or feel or like that like noise or water movement or something that's like it's not, maybe it's more natural because other places have so much pressure so they might like brush it off, but they definitely are like, okay, there's something. All right, you're in my house, there's something over there. Okay, and like I said, I don't know what that does in terms of the bite, because I think we've all spooked a bass and go ooh, 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 and throw a senko, and then he turns and grabs the senko and tries to keep going. So it doesn't happen often, but so I don't know what it necessarily does in terms of them biting, but I'd like to think that if they don't get that inclination of you being there, your chances go up. Yeah, I haven't got to watch them yet, Ralph, but I'm going to. Ooh, excuse me. I think so. I think so. Yeah, 110% it does. I was reading Tim's and highlighted yours. I'm silly. Yeah, 100. What do you got, Tim? If you can, I mean, I know it's not cheap to just go get another kayak. Like, I'm not. Otherwise, I'd have a pedal drive tomorrow. But definitely look into. Excuse me. Potentially trading up to one of these big boy rigs because I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start getting my money right so I can get a big boy rig. That's one thing that like I was just talking to Nico too that like using a pedal drive it definitely opened me up and like I don't know if I want to do a motor on the back of mine and just use the motor to just get places because like I want to do the motor, I want to do the foot control steering, but then I feel like if I do the foot control steering then I'm just going to get lazy. But in the same breath, then I'm also thinking because a motor and foot control steering is like the same price of a used kayak. So it's like I could just keep my kayak and just upgrade it, or have a second kayak and then kind of have to start my, it's like I kind of got to start my rig over because like that's one thing that I also learned too. Like I love Nico's kayak; it's a pedal drive. I'm not gonna say it's not as stable. It's a different type of stable, and I'm so used to my kayak. Like what is his? His is a Slayer 120, I think. No, it's a Slayer 10. It's a 10-foot kayak. Yeah, and mine's a 12. So like I just feel better in mine, but I love the pedal drive. So I don't know. But then I also feel like a pedal drive is like a little bit more stable because you almost have more control because of the pedals. Because like that first tournament of the year, if I was paddling, I probably wouldn't have fished that whole tournament. But because I had the pedals, it was like okay, I can kind of just constantly keep moving. I can constantly make adjustments, and get right into the how I want to sit in the waves. I don't know. Okay, I agree with that. I think it is a more proximity thing when you get to a certain spot. That sounds right. No, so I was using Nico's pedal drive. Nico was letting me use his kayak for a little bit for a couple tournaments. Oh yeah, I felt that right away. I felt that right away. Right away. That was the number one thing where I just felt awkward with because when I'm paddling, I put my rod right in front of me. So like I'll literally fish all day. Like there's literally two slots on the front of my kayak. Pretty sure they're made to sit rods like up on the plastic in front. Like, okay, there we go. Good job, camera. See those two grooves? That's literally how I fish all the time on my kayak. Is I just have a couple rods in front of me. So usually I try to do two. I remember that tournament. I was actually pissed off because I had too many in front of me. I had three rods, but that's what you get for trying to be Yeah, I think we're okay. I don't think if the ops is watching, respectfully. Um, so for Alex's situation, we actually had a dive team go out and they were able to recover everything except his phone. So thank the Lord. Very happy for Alex. But anything else I don't know about. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I don't know. Otherwise, I would say something. I don't know anything else. I just know my man's was able to get his stuff. So see, that's unusable space. Yeah, yeah. That's see that's what I'm saying in terms of like being able to move and like what I'm comfortable with. A pedal drive is never gonna be. I'm not gonna say never, but it's just always gonna be different than because that's how I started, and I've been in my kayak for 2 years now. So it's like that's truly what I'm used to. So I mean, I guess that's just the process of you know, getting new stuff. But now my lights are gonna get funny. There we go. I'll stay there. Warm. But yeah, it's definitely different with the pedal drive. I'm not against it, but we were supposed to be talking about bank fishing. We went on about kayak fishing. I think everybody does. Anyone who still bank fishes here? Maybe this wasn't a good topic for the masses. Does anyone still bank fish? Am I the only one? I love it when I'm catching fish. When I'm not, I'm like, dang, I want to go over there and I can't. All right, Tom still does. Little Tommy does. Okay, Bruce, here we go. Did I miss it? It's definitely found it. Oh, okay. Is it a fishing kayak, Tim, or is it just like a regular kayak? That's how it all starts, though. Because my first kayak was not. I had literally my first kayak was a sit-in, like oh my god, like 15-foot long or 16-foot long two-person kayak. That in my head, I was like, oh, you know what? I need that room for my legs. Because this was before I even knew what a fishing kayak was. I was like, I just need that room for my legs and to see, and so I could fit me and all my stuff. And I remember I put my fishing bag in front of me and I went out the first time. The first time I went out kayak fishing by myself, it made me never want to go again. So I got the kayak from this lady and I was like, "Oh, perfect." She gave it to me for free. I got these pads on Amazon. I threw it on top of my car. I'm looking for the picture to see if I can find it. It was during COVID, so 2020, right? So I got these pads. I put it on my car. I'm like, oh, where's a lake that I'm allowed to just put in and I don't need anything? And somebody was like, oh, go up to Lake Walton. So I go up to Lake Walton, got 3 rods. I'm like, oh, perfect. I put the kayak on the thing. And I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm going to catch so many fish. I caught nothing. The wind was whipping that day too. So I kind of forgot. I mean, I had no idea about that the wind was going to take me like that. So I paddled. This is my first time being in like deep water too. So I paddled straight across the lake. I remember getting halfway across the lake and I was like, yo, I'm probably sitting over really deep water right now. And like I remember I was so nervous. And then I I let the wind. Wasn't thinking. Yeah, wind on Walton gets crazy. Yeah. I found out the hard way, Tommy. So I wasn't thinking. I mean, this is my first time out on a kayak. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not fighting this wind. I'm just gonna let it blow me down and I'm gonna fish the bank all the way down. So I'm fishing, fishing, fishing. I'm like, all right, dang, this wind's blowing me kind of fast. I wish I could had a little bit more time to like fish some of these spots. I remember trying to like slow down. I wasn't good at like turning the dang thing. I'm in this like 16-foot long kayak. I'm like, what the hell? This is honestly pretty crazy. So I freaking I get all the way down to the bottom of the lake. I'm like, all right, damn, this sucks. And then I realized I'm like, yo, you got to paddle back. So I start paddling back, and I'm like, all right, paddling back, paddling back. I'm like, dang, this is a workout. And I'm going straight into the wind. Straight into the wind. It was so bad. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Let me see. Yep, there it is. Found it. Is that the only picture I have of it? Yep. Wow, that's crazy. I found it. It's like a regular just kayak. That's my first kayak trip ever. And I was like, yo, I remember I took this picture and I sent it to my girl. I was like, you won't believe what I just did. And she's like, you're crazy. I strapped that thing down and I drove. I remember texting, I was like, yo, everyone's going to think I'm crazy because I have a freaking kayak on top of a charger. I don't even think, wow, yeah, look, I didn't even have the pads yet. I just put it on top of my car. Oh, no, 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 no. I see the pads. Yeah, the pads are there. Pads are there. Yeah, I just strapped it down to the top of my car, and the pads are like maybe like 3-inch foam pads. And I was just like, oof, and just sent it. Sent it. Okay. That's probably what it is. So sit in. Yeah, you need to sit on, dude. 110%. Once you get a sit on, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Ready to buy a serious rig at this point. I just wanted to make sure it was something I was going to get into before I invest any real money. Makes 110%. Ruben, be good, my brother. I'll see you later, dude. Thank you for chopping in. Actually, yeah, we're going a little bit late here. I forgot that I got on half an hour late, pretty much because the Knicks. I went fishing May 2nd, fished an hour and 8 minutes, caught about 12 fish, nothing over 2 pounds. Yeah, hey, that's fine though. I'll take that. Wait, an evil friend shot me a marketplace link for a champ 795 SB, St. Croix Avid 7-foot spinning rod, and a jeez, that's a deal. If you don't want that ESP, I know a guy that'll get rid of that for you. Ah, there you go. Trying to hook some people up, but yeah, I think I might pop off here a little bit on the shorter side because I got on a little bit late. But let's go, freaking Knicks, punching them in the mouth. I'm gonna go watch some reports on that. Um, I got a little unboxing. Actually, got a big, nice unboxing. Is this everything in here needs to be unboxed? Yeah, yeah. I done did it again, y'all. Vogel was there for this one, but Vogel was in the crowd. You want a little maybe sneak peek? Are we? Yeah, I'm gonna go live. Yeah. Okay. So Vogel here. I was gonna show something else, but I'll actually take one off. Yee. Purple people eater. Look at that. That blue fleck in there. And the beautiful thing about this bait too is it's got in the claws, you see, yeah, the 4 tabs or 3 tabs, I guess. You can go just the 2 outside legs here. Like I'll rip them, I don't care. So you can go with it all together. You can go with them all loose. You can rip the outside 2 tabs off and just go with these, or you can rip the 2 inside tabs on and go like this and give yourself. So you can almost go from like, I don't even know what this would be. So you can go like pull this, and you can go like Rage Menace, and then you can go Rage Crawl, like all on the same bait. So however, if you're feeling that day, Congo Crawl. Where's this? This is the Congo Crawl, right? I'll be forgetting names. I'm slacking. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Congo Crawl. Yeah, I got them in some. This Magic Crawl is stupid. That's probably like one of my favorites. Yeah, I got a couple. Crawfish Candy. This is another good one. Yeah, I think I have like Molten Crawl or something. Yeah, Molten. This has like the, yeah, that like pearl blue on the bottom. And then it goes to like a green pumpkin, red flake on the top. But yeah, I've already had some success with this, but yeah, there's some different things. Put it on a jig and rip the 2. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Vogel went and found himself a sick combo. There it is. Thank you, camera. But look at that. Match made in heaven. Purple people eater. Yeah, I'll get an unboxing with these guys. Got a few more things in there to show. Mm. That'd be interesting. Chatterbait trailer. A BL special with the purple. Maybe I'll take the outside legs off and go like Rage Menace. You know, that's a good profile. That's actually pretty nasty right there. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get the. I got another fishing video coming up. Another beat down. Then I got. I should probably do this unboxing first. Might do that tomorrow or the next day. Probably shoot that out on Thursday, but it's raining. But all right, y'all. I'm like thinking and reading comments. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pop off here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Let's freaking go Knicks, man. Come on. Let's go ahead and do something stupid this year, man. And I already know they're gonna be, oh well, they missed one. They're gonna hit. Well, guess what? Carl Anthony Towns didn't play well. A couple other guys didn't play well, so I don't want to hear nothing. Knicks got a dub, and that's all that matters. Shout out, y'all. Be good. Boston 5. Don't be a hater. I'm not even pinning that comment. I don't even need it on my screen. Knicks in 6, man. Deuces.